Come and watch till the end. 3 policemen notified Patrick, a farmer, that his brother, sister-in-law, and niece died in 1985. Only Jane, his older sister, survived. A bloody home corner found her shaving. Jane photographs abandoned houses. After the horrific event, she went to a foster home and forgot about her upbringing, family, and the day she and Alan had Alice. Jane's relationship with Alan and Alice is strained due to her forgetfulness and school pickups. Jane visits her old residence while looking for new filming sites with Alice. She takes multiple pictures without understanding what they are. Alice communicates with a hidden Jack owner as her mom works. Jane calls the county assessor for this farmhouse's property records at home. Late night doorbell. Jane opens the door to find a parcel with the Jack Alice discovered and an unexpected bug. Jane obsesses over her final property after printing the picture. She forgets Alice until Alan calls. Jane fetches Alice. Alice allegedly called while driving. A woman says, Jane crashes after seeing a blonde girl. She wants you to come back, she says again, making her faint. Jane wakes up in the hospital, forgetting Alan and Alice. The accident made her forgetful, the doctor tells Alan. Liam, a therapist, promises to help Jane recall. Several hours later, Jane follows a ruckus outside her door to find Susie, the blonde girl she saw on the road. She tries to approach Susie, but she hides, and Alan and Alice, who are leaving for the night, stop her. Jane recalls them. After testing with Liam, Jane goes to bed and looks at many family photos to remember. A knock on the door awakens her from her sleep and reveals a box like the one at home. Dancer and agricultural scene on this box. The accident date broke Jane's heart. After hearing the doorbell at home, Alan hurries outside to get a crucial letter in an envelope. The next day, Alan gives Jane those papers and shocks her by informing her that the farmhouse belongs to her and that her uncle Patrick has been taking care of it. Liam feels a visit would help Jane forget seeking these papers and having an uncle. Jane asks Patrick about her. Jane's visit surprises Patrick. Jane does not think of Susie when the family sees Patrick a few days later. Patrick regrets sending Jane into foster care, but he wanted her to have a good life. Jane asks Patrick about her family after obtaining the home key. He claims they died at home. Jane remembers his support, but not him. Jane then expressed concern about her family's agricultural trip. She goes out the back door for air. She follows a strange sound to the field center and finds a red balloon with a key and a welcome home note. Alan and Alice find Jane's old bedroom. Alan must locate Jane's sister's room key. Alice cannot unlock an old music box and its toys. Alan locks the door. The next day, the family visits the town. Jennifer, an antique shop clerk, shows Jane a framed 1985 newspaper piece with a narrative about the event suggesting Jane was to blame. Liam calls Jane to confirm their meeting today. Jane can see Liam in the store, but he claims to be at his office. After calling, Jane follows Liam into the hay bale labyrinth. She is lost. Breaking walls, she departs. Jane rushes to her car and finds another little box. She opens it. Jane opens the package and sees half a picture of herself as a child, her fuzzy-faced mother, and her sister Susie. They will hear her. Alice wakes Jane up at home. Jane is confused and follows Alice to Susie's room, recalling her mother giving her sister the music box. Her daughter believes Alice is dead, and her mother and Susie's ghosts approach Jane. Jane observes Susie's device. Jane panics and rushes to her old room to discover her younger self shaving. Jane wakes Alan. While Alan sleeps, Susie crawls out from under the bed to tell them Jane has come. Jane leads Susie to the closet. After much fighting, Jane blinks and is in Alice's room with her daughter, holding Susie on the floor. Jane discovers a Jack in her room after Alice jolts her mother. The next day, Jane sees Patrick for answers. Patrick says his brother was an alcoholic and quick-tempered worker who never abused his family. Jane saw the disaster alone. Alice apologizes for keeping Jane up all night at brunch. Jane asks Alan to take Alice to the lake before clarifying. Alice wants to go home after getting her wish since she feels terrible there. Jane enters Susie's room after Alan and Alice leave. Balloon keys open doors. After searching, she follows Susie through the ancient barn window. Jane finds their sheep fort in the old barn. The fort has Susie's asthma medicine, a Swiss Army knife, and Jane's key. Jane is warned to leave by Susie. Susie helps Jane escape the fort. Jane moves the sheets to the field. A box holds an old razor. Alice tells Alan about her weird dreams. Alice thinks her closet monster is the real menace, not Jane. Liam watches the family pack. Jane looks away as Alice races for the old barn. Susie tells Jane they must keep her. Jane clutches Alice before recognizing her. Alan comes before she does anything dreadful, and as Alice hurries back home, Alan shouts at Jane for harming his daughter as they follow her out. They are surprised to find the barn's Swiss Army knife in a smashed car wheel. Jane refuses to help Alice, who calls for help from within. She informs her parents that the monster under the bed is after her. Asthma ensued. Jane knows Susie did it. Alice and Alan descend, but the front door is locked. Jane steps back and enters. Alan asks a passing car to take Alice to the hospital while Jane looks for answers. Tag, you are it. Susie takes Jane to her room and unlocks the music box with the barn key after she performs. She finds 2 ballerinas matching the box and the other side of the portrait, indicating Liam is Jane's dad. Susie tells Jane to hide under the bed from the monster. Patrick brings Susie little gifts. Due to uncertainty, Jane leaves the bedroom. Liam silences her so she can comprehend Patrick's evil. In her chamber, he assaulted Susie. Jane witnessed it from under Susie's bed. Liam slept on the couch when their parents came early. Jennifer, their mother, heard Susie asking for help and went upstairs with a tool. Patrick quickly murdered her with the instrument. Jane received her body. Patrick disregarded Susie's asthma. He chased Jane, who had enough, and fled. When the noises woke Liam, young Jane hid in the bathroom and grabbed the shaver. She retreated as Patrick approached. Jane met Liam downstairs. After falling and killing Liam, Jane forgot. After his brother died, Patrick checked on Susie, who died of asthma. Patrick gave Liam the gadget before departing to prevent issues. Jane awoke to her father's corpse. The police found her in a corner after she fled. Liam believes he did not tell Jane because he needed her to release the spirit. Jane cries and apologizes to her family, who leave as Alan comes home. He tells Jane that he left Alice with Patrick because she was better. To safeguard her child, Jane drives with a flat tire. Patrick nervously addresses Alice. He misnames her Susie and asks her to keep the game a secret. When Alan and Jane arrive, he takes Alice to the barn. He shoots, approaching Alan. Jane may grab Patrick from behind while he is glancing at Alan. Patrick wakes up confined in Susie's chamber. To avenge the spirits, Jane imprisons him. Jane visits her family's grave to start a new life with Alan and Alice. Patrick's cries for help in the old barn go unheard.
Watch till the end. Don't miss the shocking and sexy ending. Tyler starts the narrative. Tyler dates Allison in high school. Since dating Allison, Tyler's life has become better and more colorful. Because his parents are busy, Tyler has never invited Allison to meet them. Tyler mostly hangs around with Tiffany. Tyler is a beachside coffee shop waiter. Allison encourages Tyler to try new ways to improve. Tyler loves his life and their connection. Lydia and Gil are Tyler and Allison's close friends who frequent Tyler's workplace. Gil tells Tyler at a party that he is blessed to have Allison in his life and should never let her go. Allison meets her old buddy Chase in San Francisco. Chase tells Allison she looks different after being clean. Chase moved in with Allison 6 months ago. Allison changed her life and relocated. She does not tell Chase because she is afraid. Are you enjoying this video? Click that sexy subscribe button. Allison asks Tyler to bring him a drink, and when he does, Chase tells him that Allison used to be a wild woman who loved to get drunk and sleep with a lot of guys. Chase also said they went out. He goes, since his lover's revelations were disappointing. Holly encounters Tyler in the restroom. Holly flirts with Tyler while they discuss the situation. They then leave the celebration. Allison confronts Tyler when he gets intoxicated. Tyler claims they have been dating for 6 months, but do not know each other well. He even questioned whether she slept with Chase. Allie breaks up with Tyler because she believes he wants her clothes. Tyler departs and sees Holly again. Her expensive automobile suggests wealth. Tyler informs her about his breakup. Tyler agrees to accompany Holly to another club. Holly provides Tyler medication when he loses it while inebriated. They then sleep at Holly's residence. Tyler wakes up in a large, luxurious mansion. He finds Holly and asks where we are. Holly says she is taking care of the home while the owner is abroad. Tyler enjoys sitting by the pool. After that, they reconnect and talk again. Holly's everlasting infatuation with Tyler begins here. Tyler realizes he must return home the following day since his sister is alone. Tyler checks his phone at home and finds his mother has called multiple times. Allison also texted him. Allison wants to see Tyler first thing in the morning. The next morning, Tyler rushes to Allison's. Tyler apologizes for causing their argument that night, and Allison apologizes for her recent behavior. Allison believes her life was drastically different before Tyler. Her San Francisco connections were different. She claimed she was intoxicated most of the time and conducted herself poorly. She assures Tyler that she has changed since moving here and is no longer that girl. Allison relocated in hopes of avoiding seeing anyone from her prior location. She desired normalcy. She claims she values her connection with Tyler and does not want to damage it. That is why she kept her history from Tyler. They reconcile. Tyler is surprised to see Holly in class after summer vacation. Holly says her mom has chosen to remain here permanently. She tells Tyler she is thrilled for him after seeing him with Allison. Tyler requests that she not discuss their night together. Holly claims to understand. Holly and Allison meet Tyler during lunch. Holly befriends the four and joins their school group. Holly invites Tyler to a quiet area after Tyler hosts a party at her home. Holly kisses Tyler, but he rejects her. He claims that breaking up with Allison during the summer was a mistake and that he would never have done what he did. Holly is wounded and tells Tyler he took advantage of her and will regret it. She gets obsessed with him and begins dating his girlfriend. Allison, Lydia, and Holly attend school the following day. Lydia informs Holly that she cannot locate her on social media. Lydia wonders about Holly when she informs her that she has deleted all her social media accounts and that my friends may reach me directly. Holly exhibits the group photographs in Tyler's cafe. Tyler's face was hidden in one of the photos. This worries Tyler. Allison asks Holly, "Who is that boy in that picture?" Holly recalls, "When I saw that boy, I knew we had something in common." She tells Allison what occurred that night. She kisses Gil to make Tyler jealous while informing him. Holly and Allison become closer. Holly frequents Allison's residence. Allison denies sleeping with Tyler. Holly advises Allison not to sleep with Tyler since men ignore their girlfriends afterward. Holly works hard to hide Allison from Tyler. Tyler must discuss his Holly issue with Allison. Tyler keeps the secret for now. Tyler informs Gil. He says Holly is with Gil to make Tyler jealous. Are you enjoying this video? Click that sexy subscribe button. Gil becomes enraged and claims that Holly likes him and that what he is hearing is false. Holly visits Tyler's residence the next day, angering him. Holly wants to meet Tyler's family. Tyler replies no, so she claims she told Allison everything. She claims she was kidding. She is teasing Tyler. Tyler then meets Holly's mother at school. He greets her and starts conversing. Holly's mother reveals that Holly has lied about her. Holly's mom lives at Tyler and Holly's home. Allison informs Lydia the following day at school that Holly seems odd. Lydia agrees and adds that she has searched social media for her but found nothing. Holly overhears and worries about Lydia. Milkshakes in the cafe. Milkshake allergies strike Lydia. Holly caused everything. Lydia will be hospitalized soon. Tyler meets a frightened Allison after what transpired. She tells Tyler she is fortunate to have him. Holly fights her stepmother over her father's money. Holly can have anything if she goes to counseling, her stepmother says. Her mother wants Holly to seek mental assistance. Holly prefers death to therapy. Allison informs Tyler that Holly just informed her she is pregnant when Tyler invites her to hang out together. Holly needs Allison right now, according to Allison. Tyler is scared now. While hanging out, Holly asks Allison, "What would you have done if you were pregnant with Tyler's baby? You would never split up, right?" "Oh no." Holly visits Tyler's residence next. Tyler kicks her out of his home. "You cannot treat me this way. I am your mother. Holly says. "You can see my situation." Tyler explains. Holly adds, "As long as we love each other, everything will be fine." Tyler claims you were mistaken and that nothing like that is happening between us. Tyler pushes her when she will not let go, making her fall and grow upset. Holly visits Allison that night and tells her everything. Tyler considers everything and visits Lydia in the hospital. Lydia informs Tyler that Holly poisoned her milkshake. Tyler then tells Lydia everything that occurred and promises to tell Allison everything about him and Holly. Tyler meets Allison at the beach. He angers Allison since she knows everything. She tells Tyler she never wants to see his face again. Holly texts Tyler that they can be together now that Allison and Tyler are finished. Tyler does not respond to Holly. Holly informs Tyler's principal that he harmed her, suspending him. Tyler learns Holly's name is Elizabeth. He finds out she beat up another girl over a male and was committed to a mental institution. Holly takes Allie away that night and sends Tyler a sleeping Allie photo to persuade him to come to her place. Allison awakens bound to Holly's chair. When Corinne returns home, she saves Allison. Holly then suffocates Corinne with a plastic bag. Tyler finds Allison asleep in Holly's place. Tyler frees Allison and sees Holly's stepmother's corpse as they depart. Tyler and Allison may leave the bedroom. Holly is holding a pistol outdoors. "I realize that if Allison dies, we can be together," she adds. Tyler stops her from shooting Allison. Holly approached, and Tyler dropped the fire stick. Allison stabs Holly. Tyler's buddy also arrives, and they hurry him to the hospital. Tyler recovers after a few days. Allison and Tyler know they love each other and are happy together. Holly is transported by ambulance. He vows not to go. He promises to protect her. Holly looks wicked. Holly seemed to adore another guy. Tyler subsequently celebrates his sister's birthday with Ailey and their friends. Watch till the end. You won't want to miss the shocking and satisfying ending. When the movie starts, we see a girl named Alice twisting her hair with her fingers as she goes toward a bar where her two friends, Tess and Sophie, are waiting for her. Alice has a very serious look on her face, but we do not know why yet. She and her friends are at a bar, where they are ordering drinks and food during a rare hangout. The waiter at the bar keeps looking at Alice in a way that gets noticed by Tess and Sophie, who are happy to see boys interested in their friend. Tess and Sophie then tease Alice about the waiter, telling her that he is interested in her. Alice has a boyfriend named Simon, and even when she is with her friends, she keeps checking her phone because Simon keeps texting her. Their relationship does not seem to be a good one. Are you enjoying this video? Click that sexy subscribe button. You would be helping me continue to create more sexy movie recaps just like this for you. Simon is a very successful artist, and many people are familiar with his work, so he has already become a big deal among artists in the country. There will be a gallery opening where Simon will show off many of his works. Alice goes on to invite both her friends to the opening, and Tess and Sophie go on to tell her that they will be there for her. Sophie then tells Tess that they can go to her place for the whole week and party their butts off for 7 long days because her parents are not going to be there. She then goes on to ask Alice if she is going to be able to make it, and Alice tells her that she will try her best, but she cannot say anything for sure. It is implied that Alice met Simon in Tess's circle, but despite Simon's connection to Tess, he seems to be removing her from her friends. Sophie proposes that they should celebrate Tess's birthday at her parents' house up north. Alice is loving this hangout, but there is something that keeps distracting her. She goes on to receive another message, which is presumably from her boyfriend. She then tells Tess and Sophie that she has to leave right away, and just like that she's gone on. She, however, goes to the bathroom first and takes a picture of her cleavage to send to her boyfriend. She seems really worried and lost even when she is in her car, and finally makes it back home. She keeps twisting her hair whenever she is alone, and she always seems to be worried and lost. When she gets home, she finds a note in her pocket on which a phone number has been written. It is presumably from that waiter at the bar, But she does not want to get in trouble with her boyfriend, so she goes on to wash that paper first, and then throws it away. She then gets undressed and hits the shower. While she is in the shower, she too cannot think about that later, and as she stands in front of the mirror, she imagines that waiter standing right behind her, but it only turns out to be your boyfriend Simon, who ends up startling her. They then make their way to the bedroom, and it seems like Simon is a really controlling guy, and she is scared of him too. When the morning comes, she wakes up before Simon does. She goes on to make her hair right away, and puts on some makeup so that she looks presentable to him when he wakes up. When they are about to go to work, they take a walk together, and Simon goes on to enter a bakery. Alice tells him that he was the one who said they were going to cut back on sugar, but he says that it is just this time, and that they will definitely cut back on sugar after this. Alice keeps twisting her hair all the time when Simon is standing in the bakery. She starts thinking about what Sophie said about spending the whole week at her parents' house. She is now trying to come up with an excuse to give her boyfriend so that he will let her spend the week at her parents' house. Alice finally comes up with a plan. She decides to tell Simon that she is going to be away for the weekend for a whole week. When Simon comes out of the bakery, she tells him that she is going on a work trip to Minneapolis for the whole week. She does not even mention a friend. They later go to Simon's art gallery opening, where Simon keeps acting like a possessive and controlling partner. Sophie also goes to the opening, and Abel is there. Simon then tells Alice that they are leaving right away, and Alice tells Sophie that she must leave right away. She also tells Sophie that she will see her tomorrow because she is coming to the cottage with her. When they get home, Simon is very upset because he does not think his opening was a success. He says that no one came to his opening, but Alice tries to reassure him that there were actually a lot of people there. Sophie and Alice get in their car and drive to the cottage. It is clear that Alice is still lost because she keeps getting texts from her boyfriend and cannot hang out with her friend the way she should, while Tess and Sophie are listening to music and having fun. Alice sits quietly in the back seat because she is too busy reading the texts that her boyfriend keeps sending her. When he is not texting her, he is staring at her. Tess and Sophie are also worried about her. They ask her if she is okay, but she just tells them to keep going. The three of them make a quick stop at a convenience store, where Alice sees a flyer for a missing girl named Andrea. The missing person case seems to be taking over Alice. The three of them get what they need from the store and keep going. After a while, they get to their destination, which is a beautiful place for a vacation, but they notice that Alice still cannot stop thinking about her boyfriend. They have gone to that place for a vacation. Are you enjoying this video? Click that sexy subscribe button. You would be helping me continue to create more sexy movie recaps just like this for you. But Alice is still not present with them at all. Simon again goes on to text her at 2 in the morning, and she again takes close-ups of her body and sends them to Simon. When the morning comes, she makes her way out to jog, which is part of her morning routine. And as she jogs, she listens to a podcast. She then goes to sit by a lake, where everything is just so pleasant. Despite everything being so pleasant around her, she is not able to get her mood to be as pleasant. When she is sitting by the lake, she is approached by 2 policemen who have been looking for a missing girl named Andrea. They ask her if she has seen that girl Alice, however tells them that she has not seen the girl, and they leave. They then try to play games, but Tess is yet again lost. She keeps receiving texts from Simon. When they are playing Scrabble, she is not able to focus. We see her receiving constant text messages from her boyfriend. He is always controlling her and psychologically abusing her by insulting her openly, despite knowing the fact that it is having a very bad effect on Alice's mental health. He is always in control of her, which is why he happens to know everything about her. He is at times so freaky that she has started wondering whether he can read minds. She acts very strangely the whole time they are on the trip. She even fights with her best friends and is very rude to them. When they are eating sweets, she eats very strangely and makes weird faces, which freaks out her friends. She defends Simon even when her friends try to tell her that he might not be the right guy for her. even though they still do not know the whole story. Alice acts so strangely that she tells her friends about her body parts, which scares both of them to death. She then joins a group looking for a lost girl, Andrea, but she does not succeed. She acts strange again when she starts hacking wood out of the blue. Her friends start to wonder what is wrong with her because she was not like this before. Sophie says that these two do not know about something that is going on, and they want to know what it is. Alice still will not tell them the truth about how she got to be in this state while they are there. Simon finds out where they are by looking at Tess's Instagram posts. He is angry that Alice lied to him, so he calls Alice right away and tells her to leave and come back to him. Allison tells her friends that she has to cut the trip short, which they do not understand. She tells them that she has to go back to Simon because he loves her so much. Alice packs up, but as she is about to leave, she gets a call from Simon. Tess then hides her phone and wallet while Sophie goes to the store as an excuse for Tess and Alice to spend time together. When Tess tries to teach Alice how to paddleboard on the lake, she jokes about rocking the board, which causes Alice to fall off and lose her earring, which was a gift from Simon. In a panic, Alice dives down to try to find the earring, but she cannot find it. When she gets back to the shore, she has Tess ask right away about Alice's health. Alice changes her mind about leaving, and the next morning she joins the search party for Andrea again. Now that she does not have her phone, she starts to feel much better because she is not being pressured. She spends quality time with her friends the way it is supposed to be, and she starts to feel much better. While looking for the missing girl near an abandoned cottage, Alice finds lipstick and thinks it belongs to Andrea. They then go to the cottage. Alice starts to be more honest with her friends. At one point, she tells them that Simon has never hurt her physically, but later she admits that he has hurt her emotionally. Alice stops answering Simon's messages, which makes him even angrier. That night, at a very tense dinner, he shows up unannounced with grocery bags. He pulls out a newspaper to show that the body of the missing girl has finally been found. Alice takes out her lipstick and tells Simon what she thinks about it. As he always does, Simon tries to shut her up in a condescending way because he likes to insult her. The next morning, Alice packs and leaves the cottage, which surprises her friends. On the way to the main road, Simon stops his car at a junction to let a long line of cyclists pass, so if he catches up with the car and breaks the back windshield with a malleable iron, he can still get away with it. Alice gets out of the car and looks at Sophie, telling her friend that she does not want to go with Simon and that she is afraid to go back with him. Simon wants Alice to get back in the car, but she refuses. Tess steps between Simon and Alice, which makes Simon give up. He walks back to the car and angrily throws Alice's things out before driving away. In the last scene of the movie, Alice rides a paddleboard and then jumps into the lake like the free spirit she has become.